What a massive game it is for him to show who he really is. He's in behind here. Tom with the shot.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome back to Las Palmas, where in today's episode we have the Europa League final, the chance to complete the Corners of Europe Challenge. This game right here could be the last game as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge against Villarreal, a team in LaLiga. We're going to play against them today in the Vienna Penzing Community Stadium, which was constructed back in 2030, 63,000 seater stadium. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is it's definitely bigger than our stadium. But if we bought our whole stadium, I think it would just fill our like half of the stadium, which is absolutely insane. What an occasion! And in the mountains of Austria, we have the chance to go a complete and top off what has been an incredible journey at the peak of Europe. It's in the middle of Europe where we will complete the Corners of Europe Challenge. We come up today against a Villarreal team who are 16th place in the league. They've had a very poor season in La Liga. We'll look at the opposition now. In terms of how we're doing, we'll update the schedule quickly. We've had 5 draws. We've not won a league game in 7 games. Whilst we've had a lot of these Europa League games, as you can see here, we've dropped a lot of points. I don't know how, why, what. We should have really got more points in these games, but I guess not. We've been rotating the team quite a lot since the Valorant games, so that's probably why. But 5 draws in a row means we've only picked up 5 points from a potential 15 in our last 5 games, and before that even, what was that, 21 points, we've only picked up 6, but we find ourselves in a very good position. If we win our final game of the season, it actually doesn't matter where we finish, because if we win the Europa League, we get into the Champions League obviously next year. Not that we would be here anyway. Or if we finish 5th place, we get to the Champions League. So I think we get to the Champions League guaranteed. We can determine our own fate. We can lose the last game once again if we have to and give it to Atletico Madrid, but I don't think we will, which will be incredible. This team will go to the Champions League by the looks of it next season. We would have to have a catastrophic collapse for that to not happen. But the focus now is on this final. In terms of how the opposition have done, they finished second. It's first and second in the league phase. They've had a very good Europa League campaign. We cannot take that away from them, even if they've had a bad league phase. They have, or a bad La Liga phase, I should say. They've won the Europa League back in 2041, as you can see there. Is that they've won it before 2021, and then 20 years later in 2041, as you can see there. So we will be playing against the team today who finished with 8 wins, just as we did. We tied on them with goal difference even. I don't know what the deciding factor was, but we got through both on 24 points. Round of 16 here, as you can see, they went and beat Red Star, a 3-0 win. And the first leg was enough. They played against Rio Ave, another 3-0 win was enough there. And then against Brighton, a 2-0 win in their game. They lost 2-1, but then managed to turn it around in the second leg at home. In terms of our campaign, we'll go and look at the schedule for that. It looks a little bit better in order to do that. A very, very good record. 8 out of 8 wins in the league phase. We went and played against Bayer Leverkusen and got a 5-3 win on aggregate. We played against Chelsea that famous night at the Estadio de Gran Canaria, the 4-0 win after the only loss of our whole campaign, where we lost 2-1, but we went and turned it around in incredible fashion and won the tie. Or was it 6? No, it would have been 5-2. And then Vålerenga, we went away to Norway, a former country of ours, a 2-2 draw, but then we managed to get the 2-1 win by 4-3. Here was a 4-3 win, and that was enough to seal our place in our first ever Europa League final. What an occasion it's going to be. In terms of the opposition, what we've scouted about them, this is the team we will come up against. There's some very notable names in this team. We've got Lan Fustoyan, who is a player I tried to sign. He didn't want to come to us, but he decided to go to Villarreal. He said he didn't want to come to us because it wouldn't do much favours for him as his development. But he went to this team instead, and now we could show him why he should have come to us. We some other notable players, one in particular, Kylian Lebreton. He's 33 years of age. He used to be an incredible player. He's come to Villarreal now and is putting in some decent numbers. I remember he was very highly regarded. We could have signed him as a free agent here, I think, when it was at Shakhtar, as a free agent, but he went to Real Madrid, then Man United, now at Villarreal. It's going to be a tough task to manage him today. A 4-3-3, we come up against a vertical tiki-taka, so they'll try and get it in behind. But they're not obviously doing too well in the league, as we've seen. In terms of the team, an abundance of leadership, that's an interesting thing, will be important in this game here. Effective with through balls, which will probably, as expected, with that vertical tiki-taka style, that's what will happen. And 7 out of 17 assists have come from outside the penalty area, so those through balls. But they're poor from the set pieces, which will be good, probably to hit them on the counter, but also in terms of defending or their set pieces. When we go and attack them, they'll probably have a tough time, because if they can't attack the set pieces well, they probably can't defend them well. Not the fastest squad. We have some good pace in this team, which should be, we should be able to beat them with that. And 10 out of 18 assists have come from outside the area, which is something I feel like we can specialise in, particularly with this narrow formation and the wing backs from the edge of the area with those balls in. We completely match them in terms of physical attributes. 26 years of age, the average squad of the average in the two squads here. 180 centimeters, 75. We pay the players a little bit more, which is interesting. We've been in the job a lot longer. On the 4 years and 279th day is when we could complete the Corners of Europe challenge and win the Europa League here with Las Palmas. Apart from that, nothing too much else really. Analyst report, anything to look at. They've regained the ball while in the middle of the park. This is not much to us. We just need to go and play our game. We've worked up how many games? What game is this now? It's the 1175th game, and we have the chance to complete the Corners of Europe challenge. It's the Europa League final. Las Palmas against Villarreal. Let's go and complete the Corners of Europe challenge. So the team for the Europa League final. We've been struck with a few injuries, a few players who miss out unfortunately on this game. We've got no Armic today in what would have been his final game for the club. 480 games, and unfortunately he won't be able to play in the Europa League final, but he's been a part of this process, and if he comes away with a medal he can't complain. Royo is the big one who misses out for us in terms of the actual starting 11. He got an injury in the final game. We absolutely, wrapped the players in cotton wool, and it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Someone had to get an injury, and Royo got a small injury in the last game, and he's not able to recover in time. Souza as well has had an injury, and I don't think he'll have an involvement in this game. So the team is not in a good state, but we're not giving it up just because of that. This team starts with Vlašky in goal, a backline of Goossens, Isidre, Moral and Pastor, Gil, Regal, Bergstaller ahead of them, Iram, Tahir and Tom up top as the two teams line up here for the Europa League final. We get underway. We're playing in the black kit. Villarreal obviously in their yellow kit, so it's a bit of a clash if we were to be both in our home kits. I'm gonna go. Where is it? Extended highlights. We want to go on them for this massive game here. 20 minutes in, no highlights as of yet. I think both teams just settling in, but I think we have to take this game. Is there going to be a highlight? Are we going to get a highlight? Nothing is coming for us here. There's something happening here from this throw-in on that far side. Early moments of this game, there's a ball switched over to this left side for Villarreal. I believe, if I'm correct, that we actually played the Conference League final in that black kit as well with Tromsø. It was the black and blue kit. And now we have the black and yellow kit, and you know exactly what happened when we played in that Conference League final with Tromso. So hopefully something similar can happen here. It's going to be a tough game. Villarreal, much more experienced team than us in European football, but I think it's ours for the taking. Really, we have been such a good team. It feels like almost a blur. It felt like that with Tromso as well when we won it. Everything just came together in one go, and you know this year it's come together for us. We've had 8 out of 8 league wins. We've won all of our games bar one, or bar two, I should say. We've gone 4 out of 6 in knockout games. The one draw and the one loss. Got through with a win at home in every single tie. And it's been incredible. It's been absolutely incredible. But now we have one final step as Villarreal in behind here. It's to the edge of the area. There's Lebreton with the shot, and it's into the hands of Vlaški. Obviously, we miss out with Royo today. We've got a few tired legs. We've done our absolute best to try and rest these players here, and it's probably in exchange for dropping points. But we've done what we've had to do, and hopefully they can go and have a good game. Those players out there today, the full strength side, bar Royo. Bergstall is a very experienced player. He's been in this team since the start. Maybe not always been a key figure in the team, but he's always been here, and I think he can go on and hopefully have a good game. Iram into Goossens. Where will he go now? Edge of the area. Gilles is there. Where will he go? He goes into Regal. Regal with the effort, and it's cleared out by a Villarreal defender there, and it will be a corner, and we have a chance to do something from this corner. You know exactly what we can do. It's nervy start to this game, really. There's not been much in it, and you feel like there's just going to be one moment that will change it. Pastor into Gilles, who's not able to get over for it. It falls back to Tom, who needs just the 2 goals to go on and win the Golden Boot once again. What a massive game it is for him to show who he really is. He's in behind here. Tom with the shot. It's a save, and Iram's there. 1-0 here in this Europa League final. It's Iram with the goal, and he makes it 1-0 here. 37 minutes in, we get the opening goal. We've broken the deadlock here in this game, and it's Iram with the effort. How many goals for the season for him? So many. He's approaching 20 goals, and that could be the biggest he's ever scored at the club. Pastor's advancing now. He plays it to Bergstall. Regal with the effort, and that's the save from the Villarreal goalkeeper. And we are starting to get into this game. We've got that goal, and now we're getting the efforts away. It's Bergstall standing over this corner. We're going to go into half time with hopefully a lead. Gilles near post. Can he win his header? He's not able to. It falls back to Tom, who plays it back into Bergstall in the middle. Tahir is there, but he's not able to do anything with it in the end. What a goal it was from Iram. The composure to just put that away. It's gone across the goalkeeper. You can't do anything about it, and Iram tucks that away nicely, and that is 1-0 here in this game. Down the line, the ball goes. Where will it go? It goes to Pastor now. He's had a good first half for us here. It goes into the path of Moral, into Regal. Regal, where will he go now? Can he play it infield? Advance with the ball even. He's made a nice run here into Tahir. Where will he go? With Bergstall maybe, or to Pastor. He does find Pastor. Can he look to get a ball in? He plays into here. What a ball it is. Tahir into Bergstall. Oh, he's hit the post. How has that not gone in? Bergstall with the effort. Back in, back post. Iram is there, and it's just gone wide. It's just gone wide in the end. How close was that? Bergstall hitting the inside of the post. He had the chance to make it 2-0, but it wasn't. It was so close, just wasn't enough in the end of the ball to the edge of the area here. Villarreal player wins it back. It's Lan Verstooyen who wins it, who we were speaking about in the preview of this final. We are going to go into half time 1-0 up here by the looks of it, unless Villarreal can get an equaliser here. Oh no, surely not. I thought it's a red card. Because we've had that before. You'll remember very famously David Lind got his red card. He was his discipline was absolutely awful. He was an incredible player, but his discipline was awful, absolutely awful, and he got a red card when we were 2-0 up in the Champions League final 40 minutes in. I thought it was something similar there, but luckily Iram is not even cautioned. 50 minutes gone in this game, we lead 1-0, we've grown into it, we scored our goal, and the momentum has been completely with us. We're going to look to make a few changes here. Who do we bring on in the middle? We could bring on Royo, and I think I might do potentially. We drop Iram back because he knows how to play that role a bit better. I think we need the experience of Royo, and it would be a shame to not play him considering how much he's contributed, so it could potentially happen. Tom he's had a bit of a quiet game, but who we bring on, I'm not too sure. I think we'll take our time. We've obviously got a lot more time, I guess, because of the extended highlights that we're using here. But if there's ever a guy who can get a goal, it's going to be Tom, isn't it? So we have to be patient with him. Villarreal coming on the attack down this left side, a bit of defending required. Pastor, will he win it back? He's not able to. There's a ball in behind here, the square ball in, and it's a massive save from Vlašky. It is offside in the end. 30 minutes away. Will we be crowned Europa League champions, or will it be Villarreal who go on, get an equaliser and turn this game, what has been our game, you'd argue, on its head? We'll have to see. They've got a bit of momentum. Changes have to be made. Bergstall are coming off. I think Pastor's had a good game, but we need to secure that back line. I want to bring on Royo. I do want to bring on Royo, I think, unless we can bring... No, we can't. There's no one really else we can bring on. Obviously, we're struggling a bit for depth in this team at the moment. With those injuries, it's a shame we don't have Armic, because it would have been a perfect position to bring him into his final game, or one of his final games for the club. It's not even a long injury. All of them have not even had long injuries, but they're still out, which is just very, very frustrating. I think I'll go and put comprehensive highlights on for the rest of this game. It's been a relatively quiet final, probably the quietest one we've had so far. We'll go and look to make some final changes. I think we bring Morale off. I want to bring Alvarez on to that side, and then we'll look to make a final change. We've got the two youngsters, and then Sam Cross, who we could bring on. Souza, I don't think it's suitable to bring him into this game, but yeah, Armic would have been perfect to bring on here. Club legend into this game, club captain. You know, he's played over 500 games for the club, and I think it just makes sense to bring him on as an attacker in this game. You know, little man, just get him around the pitch, get those chances, the second balls. I think it would have been good, but I guess that's something else was planned for him, and he's not going to play. But what a legend he is of the club. You know, most of the games happened before we were here, but he is still a legend, and it's a shame we can't bring him. But it looks like he might just pick his hands up on a medal. Now, the thing we have here is that we've set up to win this game, assuming we'd win. We might go and do it here to here. Can he play a through ball? It's down to Goossens on this left side. Goossens plays in Regal. Regal's in behind. Can he square it? Tom is in there, and Tom scores, but he's offside. He's offside. I thought that was the winner. I thought that was it. I thought that was the Europa League in our hands. Maybe not just yet. Will it count? I don't think it's going to. Tom is not going to get his Europa League final goal just yet. Now, we have set up to win this game. I would argue we've made Villarreal's life very tough now that we've got those fresh legs on in defence. But if they get an equaliser, we'll have a few problems, because you know, some of our best players not in this team because we've taken them out. I think it will work. Let's just remain calm. We're 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away plus added time. Let's just see how the rest of this game goes, as Villarreal, with a bit of possession, they're going to come at us. They're going to come at us for the remainder of this game, but we played so well. It was never going to be an easy game. The finals are always tough. We played against Villarreal, Valencia in the Spanish teams in the Conference and Europa League final, and we've played against Bayern Munich, Arsenal. None of them have been tough, but it's that fighting spirit which has got us through, and we might need a little bit of it here. There's a chance here for Villarreal. Diaz does well to get a foot in there and put it out for a corner. Exactly what we need him to do. Just get involved, win those balls, and secure us this Europa League title. As 86 minutes goes in this game, this is the nervy parts now. The final moments potentially of the Europa League final and the corners of Europe. Challenge is getting close. 86 minutes gone in this game. Is there going to be one final moment, or is that Iram goal enough to settle this tie here? Villarreal, the extended highlights make it that it adds that a bit more suspense down to this left side. Villarreal are going to look to create their next chance now. Diaz is beaten there. Can he get across to defend it? There's a bit of defending required, bit of covering. Alvarez is on that side. There's a ball into the middle. Headers need to be won. Isidre does well. It goes back in. It's floating around. What has happened is the keeper's been rounded, but Goossens gets it clear. I think there was an offside in there. Anyway, we're into the final few moments. 89 minutes we're going to approach here in this game. Are we about to win the Europa League? Gordon goes down the line. Can it get to Tom? It can't get to Tom here. In this game, it's wow. Well, what a game it has been. It's been, just the one goal separates it so far, but it's been eventful, particularly since our goal was scored in the first bit. It was boring, but since then it's been a final. The final few moments of this game. Is it going to be the Europa League win for Las Palmas, or is there one last twist in this tale? Villarreal coming on the attack. Diaz does well once again to get that out. Another corner. We've got no Gil. He did pick up a bit of a knock in the when we brought Gordon on 67 minutes. We brought all those players off. The final few moments here in this game, 2 minutes away here, 1.5 minutes now. It's getting closer. The one goal is what separates Las Palmas from winning the Europa League here. What's going to happen? What is going to happen in the final few moments is Villarreal coming on the attack, but we win it back. And Royo, can he play Tom in? He plays Tom in. I think he might just be offside. He is offside. Time wasted though. Time wasted. They're going to try and look to take this kick quickly. The final few moments. Las Palmas are about to win the Europa League. Blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle. The final few moments. Iram's won it back. He plays it to back. The return ball. Iram to win the Europa League. It's back to here. Just call it, ref. The full-time whistle goes, and Las Palmas have won the Europa League. The Corners of Europe challenge is complete. We have done it. We've won the Portuguese Second Division, Icelandic Cup, Conference League, Champions League, and now we have won the Europa League. Las Palmas are Europa League champions. Oh yeah! So there you have it. We have done it. We have beaten Villarreal 1-0. It's Iram with the goal to win us the Europa League final. 5 years here in Las Palmas. We have won the Europa League final. There we are, as you can see, Las Palmas in the island of Gran Canaria, so far away from mainland Europe, still a part of Spain. All those away days we will have had to make, it's all been worth it. Las Palmas have won the Europa League, but that also means that is the end of the Corners of Europe challenge. We've completed everything. We have completed absolutely everything. This is not the final episode just yet. It's the final gameplay. You will see we'll have a few more episodes coming up before the conclusion of the Corners of Europe challenge. 6 months. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around. It's been an incredible journey. It's what's kick-started the channel to where we are today. And now, stick around for the final few episodes. There's big things coming to the channel, but we have done it. We have done everything we need to do as part of the Corners of Europe challenge. My manager, as you can see there, we also got into the top 20 of the managers, like the world managers, I believe. If we go and take a look over here, the European Roll of Honor top 20 there, as you can see, an incredible set of achievements. And tomorrow we will wrap up the Corners of Europe challenge. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the conclusion of the Corners of Europe challenge. Thank you. Bye bye.